The Reaper is here.
Welcome to the Scamly Podcast. It's your boy Reaper Mode 5. Today, we waiting a long time for this one.
Sir.
We got one of the biggest promoters in the Midwest area. Somebody that's been holding it down for a couple years, a lot of years, working with some of the biggest names in the game.
Gratitude.
Rod Wave, Lil Boosie, just putting on for their city.
Yes, sir.
Today we got the one and only Straight Freak.
Let's do what it do.
So yeah, bro, like I said, I've been trying to get you in here for a while. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to lock in with you and get this work in. So just tell us from the beginning, like, where'd you get the name from and what got you into the promoting game?
I mean, shit, first off, my name Rico, Rico Suave. I guess the straight freak came really off the suave freak. You feel me? It wasn't really more on, it came young, Rico Freak, like when I was middle school playing, pop league football, just the way I moved, ladies, man, quiet, smooth. That's how I really came. And then really straight freak came really when Instagram hit. I tried to make it Rico Freak. Instagram ain't let me do it. So I'm like, shit, let me put something that's kind of smooth. It's like shit, straight freak. It's bigger than just, you feel me? Like, it's a lot of meanings behind it.
So what's one of the main reasons behind it?
Straight freak, it's kind of like two things. Like straight, like I'm gonna forever be straight. I'm gonna always figure it out through adversity. Like my life being, built off adversity. And then freak is like my real street name. So it's like so many meanings, ladies like, oh, why they call you freak? My homeboys, my team crew, like that's my name, freak, just my alias.
Okay. So we just gonna go all the way back. We gonna start from the top. Usually I ask people, their background as far as like growing up and all of that. But I wanna know what what changed you after you left school, like after high school? Like what was your first ambitions? Like what did you want to do with your life?
High school, I played track and football, so I could have went, play sports, but just like any average, American person, it's like finances and stuff, single parent home, so I had offers to go to like an all boys school and whatnot, but they ain't really sit well for me. But I went to ISU though,
What's
um,
that?
Indiana State
Is
University.
that Vincennes?
Indiana State University,
Is that
close to Vincennes,
is
like an
that
hour away.
Bloomington?
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute?
Yeah.
Okay. So how was that? Was you like fraternity guy? Was you a sports dude, or was you kind of like
I
just getting your
was
grades?
I was really hustling and getting my grades. I wasn't on the sports team. And I wasn't into the fraternity. I kind of was focused on the mission, not more so of me just with my finances, but I helped, my family and stuff. Like, you can't focus on books when you got inner family who's kind of struggling on bills. It just don't sit right. When definitely when you're a leader and the provider of your family.
100%. So tell the people like, when did you first get that thought that you can get into the nightlife, the concert venues, the promoting game? When was your first crack at that?
It been started like as youngins, we was in big, groups and, gangs and whatnot, whatever you'll call it. So I was always a good leader. I'm a good structurer, a good organizer. And it started at the house, house parties, you know. It started there and then it just built. Like I'm just a person every year to elevate. I'm in my own lane. I don't worry about who got more than me or less than me. I'm in my own lane. And for the past 15 years, I've really been like leveling how I need to level.
For sure. Now tell me this: what was the first party you ever been to?
First party I been to.
Like the first party you ever been to in your life, where you just looked like, man, this is something I want to do.
Mm. I used to live in Ohio. I went to a couple of them parties, and then just
They be turned out though.
yeah, it was house parties, typical stuff. But it's like when you like stuff did your way, like when you got your own house, your house rules, and how you like to run stuff to make it lit, safe, structure, how you want to, you could forever win.
Okay. So you Ohio, you going to the parties and stuff like that. What was your like influences to just get into this game? Like, who were some people that you like looked up to, or some people that kind of mentored you like along the way?
Be honest, bro, it's damn near like a natural because it's a field that was really, you feel me? Like everybody liked to party. you
It
know,
was like an
case in
open
point.
field for
Yeah,
you.
it's an open field. Like I ain't look like damn, that's bro. Or you feel me? Of course you see people, but it's just a natural feel. I like partying, but I also like organize. I don't smoke or drink like currently now. So definitely, if I'm in the club, it's damn near for a purpose of some sort.
Now let me ask you this: like, who, like, did anybody like sponsor you? Did anybody like put like anything in your hand? Like, look, bro, put your dreams in this, or would you kind of like just
Back in
save
high
it?
school,
Yeah,
nah, high school houses, that's you feel me, hundreds, you know. Helping moms out with rent, that's a few hundred shit you can make, you feel me? A few hundred to a couple thousand on a house party.
for sure.
So that ain't need no sponsorships or nothing like that.
Okay, okay.
Mm-mm.
So we went after high school. You graduated from college, right?
Nah, I dropped out.
Okay. Now tell me this: with you dropping out of college, how did that change your whole aspect? Did that make you feel like you wanted to just come back home and just, cause some people just throw their whole life away after they drop out of college. But what was your aspect about dropping out and still continuing down the good path?
I don't think everybody need college to win. I don't think you need college to be successful. I know I don't because I got enough tools and enough knowledge and many hustles legally, and I would never like starve. Like I'm always figure it out.
Okay, okay. So, like I said, you ended up just figuring it out for yourself. When was the first time you ever just kind of just sat back and felt like, how do I want to phrase this? When was the first time you ever sat back and really thought about just being an entrepreneur, just outside of promoting? Just 'cause I know you do other business ventures.
Mm.
When was the first time you ever thought of just about just being a full time entrepreneur?
It's really been like my life, like really, like f business and many lanes that I feel like I'm good in or interested in is failing me. I'll go get a job with the quickness. I'm an able body. I ain't worried, but I don't think a 9 to 5 is for me. Like I kind of when I was younger, I used to kind of calculate like an average nurse or whatnot. They make, a few thousand. Five. Just say five
I couldn't
thousand a
even
month.
see you. I couldn't even see you with a 9 to 5. Just off just
Yeah.
knowing who you are, just your background. When was the last time you had a job?
I never had a job. I tried when COVID hit, just cause my one of my partners, he just, the world finna end, and I try to work at a Walmart warehouse, but that
Hold
shit
on,
it
the world
ain't.
from the end is crazy, but
Yeah, yeah. How everybody with COVID, all this and that,
but yeah,
But
it
I
was
didn't.
like that.
Yeah, I did it just for to not be lazy. Like I wasn't stressing or
Now let
nothing.
me ask you this: how did COVID affect your business,
Mm,
negatively or positively? Like,
yeah, yeah. A lot of
how
stuff
did you
shut.
maneuver through that?
Yeah, a lot of stuff shut down. You had to move privately. Move in different lanes. I know through COVID, like we did one of our biggest projects and made some unbelievable bread. Like it was definitely a downside with COVID, but if you knew what you was doing and stuff, we had a great blessing.
See, I tell people all the time, like even when I feel like with COVID, people was dying and there was a lot of sickness and a lot of shutdowns and a lot of places you couldn't go to.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was doing the curbside and people was just delivery only. You couldn't go in a lot of places. A lot of parties was getting canceled. Everybody was doing the hotel thing and the private strip
Yep.
clubs, private strip parties, whatever. But if you knew what you was doing and you knew the right people, man, people made a lot of money in
Oh,
COVID
a lot.
because they was giving a lot of money out
Correct.
with loans,
Mm,
unemployment. Man, people was walking around with $20,000 every day.
man, and I missed that wave. That's the wave I missed.
100%.
I missed the wave. I made 20s before, like and my lane, entertainment. But
But just
I
for a regular Joe to just wake up and be able to go get $20,000, $30,000 in one bulk, that's different. And people had a lot more money to spend on concerts, even though they
correct,
couldn't go
correct,
how they wanted to go.
correct.
Okay, so now we moving past Corona and it's 2022, 2023. What was it like for you coming out of the COVID?
It was good because it's just like a break off anything. If you got ambition and you take a time off, it's like you had to naturally take a time off. So it's just a kickstart rolling. So it's just fresh energy, everything rolling. And then at the end of COVID, towards it, we had that Money Bag Yo concert, and that's when we like
Now, how was
made a
that?
lot, made a lot
Yeah.
money, a lot. It was a great blessing.
Now I talked to young Corey. Shout out young Corey. We spoke on a podcast, but he was
Shout out
telling
my
me
boy.
about. I asked him like, what was one of his biggest biggest concerts or what was one of his biggest moments in the
Yeah.
game. And he told me it was when he met Rod Wave at the
Probably
show.
right away.
And he
Lexington,
said that he had to
Kentucky.
go in the crowd to get that feel because he's still a fan at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So how was that?
It was crazy. We went down to Lexington, Kentucky. That was crazy. And it's just good energy. Like them arena shows, it's a whole different type of
That's the big
oh
leagues.
yeah.
That's the big leagues.
Yeah.
You know, the dream is to sell out Dodger Stadium or something
Yeah.
like that one day. But let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. When was one of the times you ever felt like starstruck?
One of my first show was Dage Loaf in Indianapolis when she was at her prime.
About 24. Was that 24?
Whenever she dropped the
2015? That was about
Try
20.
Me.
Ooh, that was about 15?
Yeah, whenever that dropped, that's when we grabbed her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Now, for all the viewers that's looking, like there's a lot of promoters that tap in, a lot of upcoming people.
Mhm.
Is to break down the significance of, like you said, grabbing people when they're at their prime or grabbing people when they on a upcoming versus, trying to get them when they high and not being so successful. Like, what's the key to locking in the artist that you want to get, but you got to make sure it's that right timing?
It's a science to this, cause just because an artist is popping in a like, oh, he's popping, but you gotta study your demographic. It's a science. It's about the artist, the promoter status, the venue status. It's just kind of a science with a lot of things. Like with my name, like you don't hear no corrupt activity of janky promoter or running off with money or anything of that nature.
Now, I look at a lot of people like around the country that do stuff like Tim Boss
Yeah, Tim, good.
and a lot of people that just, like that change the game. What sets you apart from other promoters or people in your field in the Indianapolis area?
In the Indianapolis area, it's different. It's a lot of promoters, and then there's a couple promoters who actually risk their own bread, structure, and promote and do the operation. Anybody could be a promoter. Anybody could be a promoter, but it's a difference. I'm not in that lane. Like
100%.
I'm at a blissful level of where I'm turning down. I don't want a weekly come promote at my club for a few. I'm cool. It's money. It's a blessing. Don't get it messed up. I ain't rich or nothing, but it's like, bro, I'm cool. I see the bigger picture, and
Yeah.
I know how to maximize me, for the
Without being
longevity.
seen so much.
Yeah, easily.
See, a lot of people don't understand like about being overexposed.
Mm.
Overexposure, having your face on a flyer every week can kind of like can weaken your brand a little bit.
It's cool. It can work. Cause shit, it's just about period. Like, if my situation off camera not together, I'm not gonna be in the club every week. It's like 85% of the promoters in kind of Indiana, it's like they really probably ain't standing on shit on real level.
Yeah,
Not saying you gotta have a million. I don't got $1 million, but it's just all types of different assets, next
for sure,
levels,
for sure.
getting to the next level. The thing is trying to get to the next level.
Because it's a lot of promoters that do the weekly thing or the party thing that wouldn't see themselves risking a large amount of money for singular events. It goes both ways. So, 2025, we have what you got coming up just for the rest of the year? 'Cause we in February now. So what you got going on until December?
I got down there like 4, 5 contracts locked in from what's already out there. The Finesse tour, we got 2 dates on there. The 42 Doug concert. Tonight we got the Queen Key, and tomorrow we got the Jacquees, and that's just what's out now. I really don't speak, too much out because I'm just a type like do it. Like the
Yeah,
more
yeah,
I
yeah.
say something and don't, it's just harder.
Right.
Or it just too many
You might
blocks.
have something next week that
Exactly. But
okay.
yeah, but I'm gonna stay in motion, and I'm venturing off into different lanes
For sure.
to do different lanes of entertainment and expansion in different areas. Like I be investing in all different states. I ain't gotta have my face card on it.
Now, something that you do that I like enjoy seeing, you like to have what I call recurring artists.
hmm
You like building relationships and bonds with an artist from more than just one show. Somebody that I see you work a lot with is Boosie.
hmm
So just break down you meeting Boosie and just the relationship that you have with him professionally.
My first Boosie encounter was with my guy Scooty. Shout out to Scooty. Like I said, in Indianapolis, I'm official, but it's period. Like me and him do great business, and he introduced me to Boosie. Like we, went to Boosie, did our business, got it handled, and then just down the line we do partnerships, and then it's just was time when I'm like, hey, I want to book him. and that's when I made my move. And then now my face card, come a little bit more recognizable. Bro, know my name, good dude. Just know business is solid.
Exactly. Now, I know you do a lot of work with Big Boogie. I think you might
Yeah,
have did more work with Big Boogie than Boosie.
yeah, I did Boogie a lot too.
Now, how was it meeting him?
He's solid. He cool. Yeah, Boogie solid. He cool.
I remember
Smooth.
y'all did that show. I believe that was you. Was you behind that Onyx show when Onyx was
Yeah,
still?
yeah, yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Me,
that was
Caleb,
fat.
me,
That was
Caleb,
fat.
and Scooty. Yep.
That was fat. That was fat. Now, so you do work with NAP collaborators when the time arises.
I wouldn't mind working with people coming to the table and doing next level things at this point, and everybody who want the throne or who's not in their team, it's like we should come together, and every team, if it's 4, 5 teams, we should all be accountable for, just say 30, 40K. We could be at the fairgrounds or something doing
You
something
know what I
next
was
level.
always thinking about, like telling myself, what if like how other cities they do like Rolling Loud and
Yeah.
Mega Fest and like Chicago has Big Jam. I know WGCI they get together and then everybody has their own Mega Fest.
Yeah.
I feel like Indianapolis should have like a Mega Fest or Super Fest, like a Rolling Loud event, which is all the biggest, the money, the main players of the city, not even just the city, just the state of Indiana, like the Jerry Indianas of the world, and the Straight Freaks and the Scooty, Caleb, everybody just come together and put 20, 30 up and do something crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But if we going big jam level, it's gonna be more like F. Like you
And
said,
just sell the field house out and go to like that 250 mark.
you say a quarter million in contracts project, so that's about probably 150s up front.
About a $500,000 project.
Yeah. Oh, so you saying 500,000? If it's a 500,000 project, that means that's about 250K in contracts that's
Contracts,
gonna have to be up
then
front of.
150 in production, and then a little hundred to
Yeah.
just throw
So even the
around.
front, I'm just thinking of the front money. If we come to the table like, bro, let's do a 500,000 project, we at least gonna have to have at least 300,000 in investment
For
money. So
sure,
if
for
it's
sure.
4 teams, 75, 75, 75, 75, it's doable.
Doable.
Like I know with my team, if we had a great blueprint, my team, we ready, but it's just kind of hard getting 3 more teams together or whatnot. You feel me? It's a whole
You ever
different.
thought about that? Like just something like just super crazy? Because I've seen big stuff. Like I've seen the I personally went to man, who was it? I believe it was Finesse, Big Boogie. I can't think of the Trap
Trap
Fest.
Fest, Yo Gotti in
That
there.
was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. But and that gave me the idea of like, man, what if we had something like this with like some bigger names at like the field house and just really just blew
But
it up.
also, our market is very, very tough. You got to
Okay.
understand that.
Yeah.
You would think risk more, make more, but we can say, come to the table now, like, all right, we finna risk 400K. You feel me? Indiana, a slow market.
It is.
Motherfuckers waiting last minute to buy tickets. You
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
sweating in the
Yeah.
bed every night, 400K in contracts in the hole.
Yeah, I'm saying, trust me,
Yeah.
it is difficult.
Versus risking that 400K and going to a different, bigger
Yeah.
market or
Now
whatnot.
that can be doable too.
Yeah.
Like,
People doing it easy. Like, I'm at the it's doing it easy. Cause Doom, it ain't gotta be hosted by Straight Freak. This the blueprint. This is the money that's putting in, and this how it's gonna operate.
100%,
You know?
100%. Like I said, I had young Corey on here,
Mhm.
and he gave you a lot of accolades and a lot of
Yeah.
praise. Just the work that y'all done done. So how was it like meeting him and coming with somebody that's your age group of peers? It's hard getting peers to want to spend that money or have somebody that you want to get on the road with
Mhm.
and really build that bond with. So how was it like getting him on board?
Yeah, I feel like our first thing I helped mold him into like just a leader. He been a leader. All everybody around me lead, but just I always push people to the next level. I think me and him got close. It was one of my birthday parties. Yeah, one of my birthday parties. That's when I was young and just not wild, but his birthday party. I think I had like 15 or 20 grand on me, and it like plopped out my hand. I don't know how, and it fell off the stage. My big brother and him, they was trying to get it, but they didn't know each other. So my big brother damn near at bro neck with bro, like I'm with bro, but they helped me get all my bread,
Yeah,
back, and that's
100%.
how I knew, and I study people actions and period. Like it's just a lot, and he got my best interest at heart. Like
That's what's
we
up.
do a lot. I could leave my last 10,000 around them, and I had a whole 10,000.
Now, I'm glad that you just ventured off into some crazy shit like
Yeah.
that. What's one of the craziest shit you ever seen in the club? Like a crazy moment that you was just like, yeah, this is just wild. Like just from hosting, promoting, like just a super, just a wild, crazy moment.
Super wild, crazy moment. A positive. I don't know. I had a lot of like amazing moments for
For sure.
real. A lot. I've recently 20, the baddies, that last show, that was a day promoted event, and we did, we sold it out on a Tuesday.
Now I got a question about that. I
Yeah.
know it was a lot of internet stuff going on about the Kitty Red situation. You
Okay.
you remember
Yeah.
remember that? So what was the Corey kind of broke it down for me, but what was the backstory of that?
Man, it's just general like shit. Our club got rules, and bro was in the back, and we just follow guidelines and rules. Just simple. You feel me? Like but the club, even the promoters and the owners, we got certain rules. We
Okay.
all come in a certain way. That's how we all come in.
Now a
So,
lot of people don't understand like how you say it's a lot of rules and procedures that
hmm
go, especially when you're doing a tour versus just a one-off show.
hmm
You got to kind of go along with the production of the, in that case, the TV, but when it's like a tour, like let's just say it's an OTF tour, you got to go along with the guidelines of the record company
hmm
and what they want. So, what's the difference of, you could just break it down for people, doing a tour leg versus just doing a one-off show that you kind of are in charge of?
yeah, one off show kind of easy. It's kind of booking your talent, and giving them a set time to do their situation. A tour leg is so many working components that the tour crew got their production, and then the promoters trying to squeeze in their production. So it just everything is a tight shift.
What's a situation that you ever had where like you had to butt heads with like like a manager or an agent to just get something done? Like it was just like one of them crazy backstage moments that you like, man, I had to really pull the pull this pull this nigga by his neck to get this shit done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like it's
We
a crazy moment working with artists where it just got down to the last second to really pull it off.
Um, that's always adversity going. Like you got even on tours, everybody trying to hustle. So I could be talking to the manager here, then it's a road manager or all types of stuff. Everybody trying to hustle in a way, but I know how to handle that easy. But a moment that was off is when Pleasure P came. We booked him, and he was just off. Like
Nah, man, because I do my research. I remember seeing that on Instagram. If I'm not mistaken, I remember. I think this is what I took from it. I believe he came, and was this out here?
Indianapolis.
It was Indianapolis, but like he came and was at the Vogue.
Nah, Art Club Live.
Okay, so he came, and I remember seeing that he kind of wasn't like, was it like his energy?
Yeah, he damn near came like we booked him for an appearance. Like, bro, we booked you for a concert. So he didn't really touch the mic. He thought he was in his prime, like he was Rod Wave or something. It just didn't make sense. And
So what was the like the backstory of it, just booking him and into the situation where it went haywire?
we booked him for a concert. He came out. He never touched the mic. Never touched the mic. Never touched the mic. He just was weird. It was so bad that his booking manager gave us 50% of the money back.
So you booked them, and I like when you do the concert, you always specify it. This is a live performance. We need X amount of songs, X amount of mic time. And like, was it like? 'Cause I know you probably did. You interact with him before he hit the stage, or you kind of just thought it was gonna go smoothly, like how
I'm
you
past the
expected?
celebrity level, and definitely like like I don't listen to him. He's kind of he got his little buzz, for his lane. But bro, I'm talking to the manager. Hear the money, get him on stage. Y'all do y'all thing.
So you went up there and you just when, that's crazy. When did you like notice that he wasn't doing what you paid him to do? Was you like kind of
After
like
probably like
in the background, like just
on the
not
side,
hearing him?
Yeah, like, people come out different, but after like 10 minutes, you like, bro, when you gonna start talking on the mic?
So he didn't say a word on the mic.
Nothing, nothing.
Was he like,
Like this. Damn near trying to let the crowd sing. I'm like, bro, what did you on, bro? It was weird. I never experienced that.
so how long did that last?
The whole thing, but it balanced where he took pictures with everybody. But it's still like that balanced the community, which it was girls, probably a few hundred people in there. But it's like, bro, that's weird. We got half our bread back because I was this close. Like to be like, bro, what did you on? Like I don't want to disrespect the show, and if I would have, we probably wouldn't have got our back and half our money back. But it was just so bad. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Cause it just didn't
Yeah,
make
that's weird,
sense.
man. See, I grew up off that Pretty Ricky, man, so
Man,
I'm disappointed.
yeah, it's weird.
So, what's somebody that you would want to work with in the future? It's a lot of new generation of rappers. We got the Glorrillas of the world and the Boss Man D-Los. Like, who is somebody that you kind of got your eye on that you potentially want to, without just letting anything out the bag, that you kind of got your eye on for the near future, year or two, that you kind of do want to do work with?
Yeah, I'm plugged with CMG a lot. Like I got direct lines with them, and the artist you just said, Glorilla. We definitely got talks and prices and opportunities to do stuff with her. Of course, not right now in our state, but definitely other states and everything.
You just read my mind. So, explain the significance about not just doing shows in your area, but branching out into untapped markets. Because I know, like you said, you got something going on in Fort Wayne, South
Mhm.
Bend, and that's like a market that before you went there, it was probably a little bit untapped. So just explain the significance about going into untapped markets and uncharted territories, getting your name out, and basically making money somewhere where it's money to be made.
I feel like I know it's real with expansion because
Because
I'm
that's
smart.
game right there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. It's like even the top Atlanta artists, they couldn't survive how they want to survive just doing shows in Atlanta, even though that's the hub of a lot. You got to move around, you got to tour. But I feel like I went to West Virginia one time. I hosted the Kevin Gates concert, invested in it too. And after the end of it, like I had like 20 white girls wanting to take pictures with me, showing love. It's like I'm doing shows in, our state, they kind of spoil you. It's like, oh yeah. Not I don't give a fuck about the pictures or nothing, but it just they don't know me from a can of paint, but they stood in line to take a picture with me. Not Kevin Gates.
Yeah,
With me.
because they see you, and like I said, with the hosting thing, and then you live hosted.
Yeah,
That's another thing
correct.
we're gonna get into too. I definitely want you to break down that definition. But you live host, so they see you come out before the artist,
Yeah.
and they say, "Wow, we see him before him." So they don't even look at you as the promoter behind the scenes. They
Mhm.
look at you as a part of the show,
Correct.
and then they see you before the artist, and the live hosting, it gives that same energy. You
Yeah.
piping up with some of the biggest songs in the
Correct.
game, so it just gives that, who is this dude? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, let's get into it. So just break down that definition, because you one of the few people that I've seen use that term and actually live host. So
Yeah.
what's the definition for straight freak of live hosting?
Live hosting, just know I'm gonna be in the building at night and I'm gonna get some type of entertainment. I come all different types of ways. Like if you was at a show, I come all different types of ways. Like, I got a couple specialties and whatnot, but it's like you gonna see me there. It's gonna be a good time, and where I feel something is lacking, I'm gonna try to pick it up, even if that's buying a couple bottles to pamper the crowd, or dance contest, or giving away gift bags, or giving out future concert tickets. Like I'm always push forward, to entertain. You
Yeah.
know,
So like I said, when you started promoting, what made you like? I feel like you just made that term. Like I've never seen the live hosting term until I like kind of like got into your wave. So like, what was the first show that you did where you kind of just hopped on the mic, did your thing, and looked like, man, this the lane, this the key right here. This was gonna really like turn me up in the future.
I think my first concert show was Dage Loaf, but around that time we did Dage Loaf, uh, NBA Young Boy. Like you feel me? It's
Break
just
that down. You locked in with young boy.
we did like 3, 4 contracts with Young Boy. Two of them didn't go through, But shout out to young boy in this whole camp, Montana and they sent that bread back with the quickness. They don't
That's
play
what's
with
up.
people money.
That's what's up. So, how was it just like, not just the super interacting with him, but just like seeing him at that young age? Because he was pretty young back then. I was
Yeah.
probably 16, 17 years
Hmm.
old. How was it just having that celebrity and being so young and then just seeing him to where he is now, like a real superstar in the game?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's what's up. Like it just brings more um it just brings more damn, I can't even get the words out. But it just like it's motivation. It's really motivation. 'Cause it's like I done booked him. Cause still, well, he can't get booked now, but it's like I see the level of growth when he was 30K a show. Even when we booked him when he was 75K a show. You feel me? He just got locked up that around that time. So it's just like it's growth. Like with everybody, like
Now, have you
Dirk
ever had
too.
a, not to cut you off, but have you ever had it just came to my mind? Have you ever had a situation where you booked a show with somebody and like something happened to where they artist might have passed away or artist got locked up or hospitalized and it kind of whacked the show? Like just something super unfortunate just happened.
I think we had King Von book. He didn't get to make it to that show. That was the week after. He didn't get to make it. We had Mo3 booked. I think the week after he passed away. Had FBG Duck booked in Kokomo that week after he got passed away. Uh, had Lil Dirk booked for 2 shows. And then he catapult. That's when he damn near did the song with Drake or something. He did a song with Drake and he just went from 45K or something to like 100K a show. We still didn't get our money back from that.
So, so okay, so you was messing with Dirk, and then you locked in with the OTF brand. Okay, we're gonna do 40. We're gonna get Dirk. We're gonna do the show. What was the notification where they hit you up like, man, I know we had this deal, but bro, did this Drake.
Cause we just did them in Columbus, Ohio. Was great. You feel me? Bam. And that's when we was like, let's double them back. 2 shows. I had Indianapolis and Muncie, Indiana. That's Ball State. And then booked them. And then probably a few weeks later, he just got a big deal signed. It's like, well, shit, just send us our bread back. You know how it go. You talking to the booking manager, the manager acting like you talking to the label. It just went on and went on.
That's crazy. I was at shout out Doug. I was at Hotel Julian downtown Chicago. It's like kind of like right off Michigan Avenue. Because he was at the designer store. I think he was at Nordstrom or some Louis Vuitton. He was somewhere over there. And I was laying in my hotel room and I kind of like heard the commotion like outside, you know what I'm saying? Then I got on Facebook and I seen that he got killed and whatnot. So it was crazy. I was like a block away when that stuff
He is a
happened.
good dude.
Yeah, he was a good dude. And I
Good
know
dude.
Duck was in the middle of just trying kind of changing his style and kind of you know, from just seeing Duck on the outside, he was kind of like wanting to change the whole perspective of the drill movement and kind of put things together, like how J Main, shout out to J Main, how they're doing the push and peace movement now.
Yeah.
I could tell Duck was kind of like before he died going into that way. But that's why I always tell people, you know, try to do as much as you can on this earth before you do go, because when you do go, people not gonna remember what you tried to do.
Mhm.
They gonna remember what you did do.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely, RP King Von too. How was that? 'Cause that would have been a lit show. How was
Oh
that?
yeah, it was gonna be a lit show. He was on his peak. He was hot. Then we wake up like, damn, like it happened. Our show was next, literally, bro. Like the following week.
Not just like let people know how it is. Just being in this field and risking your money, and we talking thousands of dollars, bro. Not just
Mhm.
500 and 1,500, but 20 bands, 40 bands in the drain. How is those losses and still being able to bounce back and come back better and still keeping that motivation to want to keep being in this field and doing what you do?
Cause there's levels. A lot of people take losses and tap the fuck out, but it just everybody got a different level that you should know within yourself. Like I done took hella losses, but it's like my risk levels and that I know it's like I'm cool versus risking your last whatever, and you taking a loss, that can, mess people up, financially and mentally,
100%.
know.
Now I'm a circumvent dating life. How is it when a woman meets you and they know who you are, they know what you do? Like, how is balancing the life you have and a woman? How is that?
Balancing, it's cool. Like right now, I'm so like humble, and then I just know like I'm a good energy reader. But all this, if you want me for free, like that's cool. But I know how to keep you in that lane. But it's like if I'm really into somebody and I want to bring you closer to me and to the table, it's just a different lane. But it's cool. I know how to handle it. Like I get it all the time.
The reason I say that is because people have like, a big stigma. Oh, he a promoter. He gonna have 10 girls in this section, or he got girls free tickets, or he,
Yeah, that's what comes with it, but it's like period. That's what you asked about me. He probably a ladies man, this or that, but it's like,
they don't know it's really just a total opposite. Like,
but it's still like, long as it ain't no bad on my name, like he a snitch or old people or do fucked up shit, I'm cool. Like I ain't worried. A lot of people don't even know me. Y'all just know of me and whatnot.
I'm glad you just said that. So for the people that don't know you, what's like one of the craziest things you ever heard about your name that you kind of want to just clear the air about?
And I done heard I done heard, what did I hear? I just heard I used to live off women. Like, just weird stuff. Like, it's like, but y'all know, like, y'all don't know, like, finances, but y'all just kind of know, like, it's like, bro, like, I always been the dominant, like, not, I wish I could, but trust me, like, I got too many responsibilities outside of me to live off a person. And one average person work check or whatnot, that shit ain't gonna be enough to fulfill my empire and shit that I got going on.
100%. One more thing I want to ask you: the commercials that I call them commercials, the
Promo
promotional
jobs.
commercials that you make
Yeah.
on Instagram. Man, I didn't watch some. Shout out to Corey too, but I didn't. I didn't see some of the promotional clips you make, and I just be looking like, man, he really just sold that show right there. You know what I'm saying? So just break down what made you start doing that. Cause like that and that live hosting, I feel like that's your niche. I never really seen too many. I've seen the promo clips. Hey, I'll be here, pull up. But you really get to the like. I've seen you, man, like turn into a movie star.
Yeah.
So how did that get into your kit? And just break that down.
I mean, I just feel like just using all my tools. Like, if you know me, you know my words solid. Like, you feel me? And definitely, if something coming out of my mouth, you could kind of validate it. Versus, like, it's like I'm kind of solid, or I know I'm solid in all aspects in lanes that I'm in. So it's like if you hearing it from my mouth, you knowing it's solid, and it's not too hard to get in touch of me. So if somebody's saying, did this show get canceled or did this get altered? You could kind of, it's like Rico ain't said, so they just hating, putting bad shit up in the air.
One thing before we get up out of here, All Star Weekend 2024, Indianapolis, hometown. How was it in your eyes? How do you feel like the city portrayed themselves for the world? How do you feel like it could have been went better, or just your overall? How do you feel about All Star Weekend?
And me and my team overall, I feel like we did great. We had damn near 4, 5 shows. Nobody got hurt. They all went through successful. Um, it was cool in my eyes. Like, the customers and the small minded people. It's just Indianapolis not a huge market that get a lot of next level things and whatnot. So we trying to reshape it, and but you see why tours don't even come to Indiana from tours bigger than us. Tours that's bigger than us getting canceled in Indiana. It's just about the analytics and statistics. Us as promoters, we promoting to 20, 30,000 people. Like 30,000 people know all we need is 1,000 people to come to the club. We taking that risk on last minute ticket sales, but them big engines and um, operations, they're not taking no risk. They'll pull the show before they take that risk on last minute ticket sales.
100%.